I told you guys that the media was gonna jump on board and flood you with,
oh no, you guys don't buy a house, don't do it.
and they're late to the party. They are late to the party. Now they're piling on and saying, we knew it was a bad housing market. We told you guys not to buy a house. You know, it's a bad investment right now. Because we know that these companies, especially like Zillow, a big corporation that was pushing you to buy homes at a neck-breaking pace. They were pushing you guys to buy it. Now they're saying, hey, you may not want to buy a house now. But we're gonna jump into it. My name is Orlando. Welcome to the channel, guys. As always, make sure you like and subscribe. It really does help out the channel. Make sure you check in the description and the pinned comment. I have a newsletter that will give you tremendous value. Go ahead and join it. You can't beat it. It's free, guys. It is free. The housing market affordability is so bad. Zillow says it will take 13.5 years to break even on purchases from July onward. Are you guys hearing what I'm hearing? Zillow is now telling you at this exact moment that if you buy a home, it's gonna take you 13.5 years to break even? I have been saying this for the longest. I have been telling you guys that there's gonna be a domino effect. The loss in equity will take you forever to pay back, especially if you overpaid. Now, the big mega corporations, when it comes to purchasing a home, are now telling you you made a bad mistake after they've told you guys, hey, you need to buy a house now. If you don't buy a house right now, you're gonna miss the biggest wealth creation you've ever made. Now they're telling you 13 and a half years to break even?
All right.
This is what I'm saying when you guys are trusting these media companies to lead you in the right direction, and then they pull the rug from right underneath you. But let's continue on, though. Let's continue on. It says, today the housing market is the least affordable and least accessible it has been in decades as mortgage rates reach 8% this fall and home prices continue to rise. Yet every day, homes are still sold as new buyers shell out tens of thousands of dollars for down payment, lock in historical high mortgage payments. So just how bad is affordability? Zillow crunched numbers. It says that it will take you a remarkable long time to break even if you buy a house under these market conditions. This is nuts. This is what I'm talking about. So now that Zillow, the demand is so low and they can't make a dime, that now Zillow is telling you now buying a house is bad. You may want to think about it. You may want to second guess going ahead and buying that home right now. Let's look at the details. It says even on purchases from July onward. July, it's November. They waited a long time to let this information out. 13 and a half years, guys. So this is what Zillow's saying. For individuals who decided to buy an overpriced home and overpaid. Now I'm not talking about you paid market, whatever the purchase price was. I'm not talking about those guys. Even though those individuals are in this 13 and a half years break even. We're talking about individuals who literally said,
Realtor, what am I gonna have to do to get this home?
And the real estate agent said,
Sir, I'm gonna have to, I know you don't wanna do this, but you're gonna have to pay $100,000 over just to compete. And even then, you may have to put another $20,000 over.
We're talking about those individuals that put all of that money down. Poof, it's gone. Poof. Now we go to the individuals who overpaid for a home based on value that continue to go up and up and up. And as we know, it's no secret, unless you've been living underneath a rock, prices are going down. Homes are now on the market longer. So what does that mean? That means that the prices have to continue to go down. In your neighborhood, put in the comment section, how many price reductions are you now seeing? I can almost guess. There's a lot of them. And I know, real estate agents gonna come to this channel. They're gonna say, Orlando, it's seasonal. It's just the way of the market. And I would say, well, does it normally go down 12, 15% in some areas? Seasonal? I'm just saying. I mean, was demand high before the seasonal? I'm just saying. If you can prove to me that demand was high before we get into this winter season, then maybe you would have a point. But demand was low before then. So you can't say that, but I know, I get it. They're real estate agents. They are selling homes, right? So I get it. You got to do what you got to do. But I'm just telling you guys, things are changing.
We're in a different era. Get over it. Whoa!
But look, I know some of you guys are really big on corporations. You trust them. You think they're loyal. But I'm going to prove to you. And hopefully you can see this, that Zillow was doing what Zillow does. They're trying to make money. They're trying to make money. But let's go back. I have receipts, guys. Let's see what Zillow said. I mean, this is in July. In July, based on what they were saying, they said even from July, this is what they were saying in July. Zillow is so sure that the U.S. housing prices have bottomed that it's just issued bullish calls for these 48 housing markets. Now, I understand. Let's break this down. It says bullish calls for these 48 markets. That's what they said. So let's go to understand what bullish means, guys. So bullish means here, an investor who believes a stock or an overall market will go higher. So Zillow believed in July that everything was gonna go up. And this meant that you had to buy a house now. Because if you didn't buy a house then, you're gonna get left in the dust.
Really?
That's what they were saying. So let's go fast forward to what they said now. The housing market of affordability is so bad, it will take you 13 and a half years to break even. So in 3 months, it went from you better buy a house now, right now, because if you don't, you will lose out on so much money, to 3 months later, it's gonna take you 13 and a half years just to break even? The math ain't mathin'. That makes zero sense. So you're telling me in a 3-month period, it went that south? It went that south? Or it sounds to me, it sounds to me like Zillow had some different intentions. Let's take a look at what would cause Zillow to really push people to purchase homes right now. Now we see right here. Now we know demand is really bad, right? We know that. And it says here, Zillow reportedly needs to sell 7,000 houses after it bought too many. What? So are you telling me that Zillow, the loyal corporation that everybody believes in, is pulling the wool over people's eyes and telling them on one end that they need to buy a house, and then when demand totally stops so they don't look ridiculous? And obviously we could assume that they sold a lot of houses in between there. So that 7,000 houses probably dwindled down after they made their money. Now they're telling those same people, yeah, it's going to take you 13 and a half years to break even. That's what they're doing. They're laughing at you. They got you. They told you 3 months ago when they knew that you were buying a bad purchase. They told you that right now was the best. And you know who echoed it? The realtors, the real estate agents that were on Zillow, that were pushing and pushing and pushing you, telling you, right now is the best time to buy a home right now. Now, I mean, let's just look at the landscape. The landscape now is no one's saying any of that. Now, if you go to a realtor's page, you're like,
Yeah, demand is low, and you gotta do what's best for you.
You ain't got the answers, man. You ain't got the answers, Sway.
that's what you're hearing now. Now, media, CNBC.
Buying a house is not really good. You guys should maybe think about it before you buy a home. Hey, houses are overpriced right now. Are you sure that you want to buy a house right now?
That's what everybody's telling you now. But where was that information 3 months ago? Where was that information 6 months or a year ago when prices were going up 40% and everybody was pointing at me saying, Orlando, are you crazy? Do you see where prices are going? And you think this is gonna stop? Oh man, this guy, you guys are believing this guy? You guys are believing this guy who's telling you that us going up 20% every year is gonna stop? Oh, you guys are ridiculous believing this guy.
Another one.
And they're hoping that you forgot 6 months ago when they were pressuring you to buy a house. They're hoping that, oh, now you will see that I'm on your side as the consumer. We need those. We need those fees, especially since we just saw the commission ruling come out. 1.8 billion.
Oh, that's it. I've had it with this dump.
1.8 billion, guys, that they have to pay in damages as far as collusion to keep commissions high. So a lot of things are gonna change, guys. They are. A lot of things are gonna change. And I just want you guys to see that on one hand, I'm giving you the receipts, I'm giving you guys the evidence to show you on one hand, these guys were saying buy, 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 and then now they're telling you you're gonna be bankrupt.
That don't make no sense.
So as always, I hope you got value out of this content, guys, but I need you to watch this video right here. Yes, this video right here. It will help you understand what's going on in this crazy housing market, financial news, get into your first rental property. And as always, the information you get from that video, it will be gold. See you in the next one. Thanks.